And tied to that, yesterday the religious community issued a statement that was signed by Most Reverend Martin Kivuva, the leader of the Catholic fraternity, the Reverend Canon Chris Kinyanjui, the General Secretary of NCCK, and Alhaj Hassan Olenado, the chairman of SUPKEM. And I suppose SDA is part of the NCCK. You know, the religious community, and especially the church, cannot just be issuing knee-jerk statements when the country is going under. And yet, in most times, those statements just scratch at the surface. And why do I say so? If you look at the first paragraph of that statement, which was issued yesterday on dialogue, the religious community are saying that we remind the two teams in the dialogue that their talks are being held in the backdrop of the deaths of more than 35 Kenyans in the demonstrations that happened in March, May, and July this year. Let me say this. The church cannot just talk about 35 deaths without going to show the cause of the deaths. Because it's a fact that all those deaths have been caused by the police. That has to be said. That has to be said. And Baba, yesterday, when we left Bondo, we took a good part of last night compiling the list of those of our children who have been killed by the police from May up to now over the demonstrations. As we speak, the number that we have confirmed is 72. And we are going to be able to publish these names as early as tomorrow. 72 deaths and still counting of Kenyans who have lost their lives from police bullets or truncheons, as was the case of the two boys in Nyalenda, whom we are burying today in Rwanda. So we don't want these knee-jerk reactions. We want to plead with the church that please speak out. Speak out, even if a good part of you has already gone to bed with the regime in power. We want the church to remain steadfast, if only to be seen to be on the side of the people. Finally, and my colleagues have spoken about it, how can the IG of police, Mr. Koome, come out in the open and claim that we are collecting bodies and paying? We are paying mortuaries. We are renting bodies and displaying for the cameras. And yet in this statement of the religious community, nothing of the sort is being mentioned. We would have expected the church, at the very least, to demand that Mr. Koome withdraws those unfortunate remarks, because they remain very un-Christian. Oh, come on. The dollar wa mangeni kawono wa ongogo. Tokimadunga inya. Anyone kakajoluo nyaka wadumuru kwa reoriadi. Achien. Bangja tendo meninga. Hela amolo. That is very important. That is very important. And I am more concerned, Baba, not just Gejawa Mosa about the Kuchu.